Hey there, Storm Nation. This is Zach Trevino, and today we're going to talk a little bit about one of the most important factors that affects your game shot after shot. And we're talking about surface, so the surface of the bowling ball. You're going to hear this talked a lot amongst maybe tournament bowlers, your professionals, our ball reps, but it's important to note that the surface of a bowling ball really affects even your game on a league level basis. So we're going to use Matt and Ernest here, as well as the new Intense Fire, to demonstrate this, hopefully allow you to create a little bit more area with some surface, strike a little bit more. Let's shoe up. All right, so Matt's gonna throw the Intense Fire at the 1500 grit box finish. Let's see what that gives him and what part of the lane he's able to play. All right, so it was a pretty good shot there, Matt. Still got to the pocket, faced up well, but was lacking a little bit. Looks like it didn't quite pick up soon enough. So let's take it to the shop, hit it with a little bit of surface, and see what that gives him. Great shot, Matt. So, as you can see, that one really faced up a lot better. Had a lot more carry through the pins, a lot more drive. Personally, which shape did you prefer?
I think I like the one with surface. It could give me a little bit more hold and was able to soften up the break point a little bit for me.
Excellent. So as you can see there, with Matt's style being a little bit more firm from the outside, the 2000 grit finish on the Intense Fire allowed him to create a little more area and really let the ball pick up at the right time. Now let's take a look at the box finished Intense Fire for Ernest. Great shot, Ernest. So that one looked pretty dang good. Let's hit it with a little bit of surface and just see maybe if it gives him something different. That's going to be hard to beat, though. All right, Ernest, so that really was a pretty good shot, but you can tell that the ball just didn't quite have enough energy down lane, didn't save. Would you tend to agree with that assessment? Which one did you prefer?
I actually like, on this condition, I like the polished one. I like the angle. It helped me get down the lane just a little bit farther. I think if I was on something a little bit heavier and a little bit flatter, I'd want surface, but on this condition out here, definitely like the polished one.
Excellent. Well, appreciate it. Thanks for throwing that shot for us. As you can see, with his rev rate and softer speed, the ball just was a little too shell strong, just a little too much surface too soon. So now we've got some really good feedback from the players, but let's take a look at Specto and see what the numbers say. All right, so here we're looking at the Specto data. This is going to be for Matt's 2 shots. So again, Matt threw one with the box finish, the 1500 grit polished finish. That was his first shot that actually flat 10'd. And then the second shot that he threw was after we put a little bit of surface on the ball. It faced up, really had a lot more action to the pins. So as you can see here, they required about 3 boards different in launch. The second shot was laid down at 15.5, so about 3 boards left. You can see that both with the graph as well as the numbers there. Breakpoint position was a little bit earlier, the true breakpoint position, about roughly 1 foot earlier, and you can see that indicated by the X's. They're down lane just right of the tracer on the Specto graph. But other than that, positioning wise, they were really almost half a board different down lane. But you can see that he did have to increase his angles a little bit. That's due to the ball having some more surface and that cover just being opened up a little bit, forced him a little farther inside, but it's not anything that's drastic. He wasn't an arrow farther left, wasn't in a different zone. So it goes to show that, even if you're a straighter player and you like to stay right, you like to go up the lane, a little bit of surface can really benefit. The ball with some surface was definitely the one to go for him. All right, so here we're looking at the 2 shots that Ernest threw. This is going to be the Intense Fire, and the box finished ball was shot number 2, so that's going to be indicated by the blue line. You can see it was laid down at 28.6, got all the way out to 5 down lane. True breakpoint distance was 43 feet. A little bit straighter in comparison. You can see the big difference in angle for him with his higher rev rate and a little bit softer speed. When we added the surface to the ball, it really forced him to open up those angles. It was really challenging for him to keep those angles very similar to the box finish ball, just because the cover was so much stronger. So he had to really increase the launch angles. You can see a difference between negative 3.3 for the 1500 grit polished finish, and then once we put the surface on the ball, almost a negative 4. So definitely an increase in angles. He also had to move his feet farther left. And this was all just to get to the pocket. On the second shot, earlier breakpoint distance, it actually got farther right by a board and a half. So it got all the way out to 3.5. It was laid down significantly farther left, but the ball just ran out of energy. So it gave it more angle, more room down lane. That's just to get to the pocket with his rev rate. But at the time that it reached the pins, it just kind of fizzled out. You saw that with the shaker, kind of the flat 7. Didn't have the good continuation that you wanted. So for him, with this lane condition, as he mentioned in the video, the box finish is definitely going to be better. All right, so as you can see, we had 2 very different styles, both throwing intense fire. They were able to throw with some different surfaces and see what really worked best for their game. Matty preferred the ball with a little bit of surface, while Ernest liked the ball out of the box at the 1500 grit polished finish. So don't be afraid to tweak some surfaces. Work with your local Storm VIP Pro Shop operator in adjusting the surfaces to your liking for your lane conditions. Be sure also to maintain the products with your Storm chamois, could be a microfiber towel, reactive foam, or reactive scuff, all of which you can purchase at your local Storm VIP Pro Shop or online at stormbowling.com. Until next time, light up the lanes.